Bringing you the very latest from here at home and across the world, this is Primetime News live on News First. I'm Mahina Bongzo. Before we commence the bulletin, we would like to take this opportunity to wish all our viewers a very happy and prosperous New Year. Shane?
A very good evening. I'm Shane Silva. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. The world welcomes 2013 in grand style. Prices of goods increase as the VAT introduced by the budget comes into effect. Stocks of rotten potatoes discovered in Dambulla and Colombo. 5 suspects in the killing of Bharta Lakshman Premachandra released on bail. And Sri Lankan weightlifter Sashka Ekanayaka ranked second in the world in the junior weightlifting category.
Taking a look at those stories in detail now. Sri Lanka welcomed the New Year with celebrations and religious observances. Here's a look at how people across the island saw the dawn of 2013.
Devotees gathered at the historic temple of the Truth Relic in Kandy to receive blessings for the New Year. This is the manner in which devotees gathered at the Sri Punnambalam Vaneshwara Kovil to obtain blessings for 2013. Celebrations were held across the country last night to mark the dawn of the New Year. This was how the Colombo city welcomed the New Year. New Year celebrations also took place in Galle. The people in Bandarawala celebrated the dawn of the New Year in this manner. This function was organized by the Bandarawala Municipal Council.
Issuing a message for the New Year, President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that it is his wish that the motherland would achieve success in all tasks before it with determination, commitment and courage.
In his New Year message, the President says that Sri Lanka steps into year 2013 as a country that has gained immense progress in democracy. The message goes on to say that the year dawning today will see valuable work for the progress of democracy, equality among people, and important aspects of development in the country. Issuing a special message for the New Year, Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne says that the prime aim in the New Year should be to conquer expectations and goals that we have not been able to achieve so far. In his message, the Prime Minister points out that although the country has made rapid progress in achieving physical development, one of the main goals should be developing rich spiritual and moral values. Also issuing a message for the New Year, Opposition Leader Ranil Wickremesinghe says that the country is stepping into year 2013 against a backdrop where there are many doubts not only about the country and its future, but also about normal day-to-day life of the people. The release further reads that amidst all of this, the people of Sri Lanka are entering the year 2013 in the hope of a society where there is democracy, human rights, law and order, and a sound financial state.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa visited the Riviera in Kataragama yesterday to obtain blessings for the New Year.
The President engaged in religious observances at the Riviera last night. Thereafter, the President visited the Ruhunu Kataragama Mahadevalaya to take part in religious observances. President Rajapaksa called on the Chief Prelate of the Riviera Raja Mahavihara, Venerable Professor Alutwava Soradatero. The statue of the Maitri Buddha constructed at the Riviera and the Museum of the Riviera Raja Mahavihara were declared open by President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Speaker of Parliament Chamal Rajapaksa and many others were also present at the occasion.
On to a story that made the headlines tonight. Now, the proprietors of the country's largest supermarket chains state that they have no option but to transfer the taxes imposed on them through the latest budget to the consumer. A value-added tax of 12% was imposed on supermarket chains in the last budget. Retailers charge that with effect from today, the prices of several consumer goods, including canned food items, have been increased.
මෙතෙක් වැඩබදු නොගෙවමින් හිටපු පිරිසක් හිටියා. ඒ අය තමයි ඒ කියන්නේ සොගසා සිල්ලර වෙනදාම එදිනෙන් හිටපු ව්‍යාපාරිකයෝ. ඒ ව්‍යාපාරිකයින්ට මේ අලුත් සංශෝධනය අනුව ජනවාරි 1 වෙනිදා ඉඳන් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කාර්යෝග පිරිවටව මිලියන 500ක් ඉක්මවනවා නම් වැට්පතු ගෙවිය යුතුයි. ඒ අය ඇත්තටම ලොකු ව්‍යාපාරිකයෝ තමයි එතකොට මේ මිලියන 500ක් කියන ගණයට ඇති වෙන්නේ.
Chairman of the large supermarket chain, WK Ragapitia, points out that close to 80% of the 25,000 items marketed through their supermarket chain will attract this tax.
As per the recent budget proposal, effective from today, companies in the retail business who has over 500 million turnover per quarter are liable for paying VAT. Now, VAT is basically based on the value addition. So, with this enforcement, all the products that are liable for VAT will be subject to change of price. So, that's what the government has imposed. This will be implemented from today, but till today we have not changed our prices. We are still monitoring the situation.
In another case of food unfit for human consumption being discovered, 25,000 kilograms of rotten potatoes were seized by authorities this morning. The Dambulla magistrate issued an order for the immediate disposal of the potatoes that had been brought to the Dambulla Economic Centre.
A container with a stock of rotten potatoes that had been brought to the Dambulla Economic Centre was found this morning. The stench caused by the rotten potatoes was unbearable to those in the vicinity.
Each of the accused were released on surety bail of 1 million rupees each. The magistrate ordered the immediate disposal of the stock of potatoes.
Meanwhile, another 15,000 kilograms of imported rotten potatoes were discovered from a storage facility in Peta today. The rotten potatoes were seized in a raid this morning by the Consumer Affairs Authority based on a tip-off. And in another case of food gone bad, 2,000 kilograms of dried fish unfit for consumption was discovered from a storage unit down 4th Cross Street in Fort. The two proprietors of the storage unit are to be produced before courts tomorrow. The Consumer Affairs Authority will seize all these stocks today and will produce them before the Maligakanta magistrate. This is the latest in a series of similar discoveries over the past few days. 44,700 kilograms of big onions not suitable for consumption were discovered at the Lanka Satasa storage unit last Saturday.
While many of us prepared to celebrate the dawning of 2013 last evening with friends and relatives, there were news reports on a story where 3 young children were abandoned on New Year's Eve by their mother.
The 3 children were abandoned at the old bus stop in Bandaragama last evening. The girls were left behind by their mother, who had told them that she would be back, having looked for a house for them to live in. The 3 girls are aged 10, 8 and the youngest just 4. As the new year edged closer for the rest of us, these young girls stood terrified, waiting for their mother to return, to no avail. Finally, they spoke to 2 street performers who were nearby. The children had subsequently been handed over to the Bandaragama police. The police were able to identify them easily, as their parents had lodged a complaint with the police a year earlier with regard to a family dispute. The police say the girl's father is a resident of Garanigama in Bandaragama. The police had then called in the father and presented him and his 3 daughters before the Horana Magistrates Court. The police say the court had handed the father custody of the children. But no word has yet been heard of the mother who left her 3 children to fend for themselves on the street on New Year's Eve.
Secretary to the Ministry of Defence and Urban Development, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, says that everyone should be committed towards transforming the city of Colombo into one of the best cities in the world.
The official website of the Colombo Municipal Council was launched today under the patronage of Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa. A book containing information of the Colombo Municipal Council from 1965 to 2005 was also presented to the Defence Secretary.
The public will be inconvenienced temporarily. If those in slums are not building houses, we will have to move them away. If the payment vendors do not maintain the payments, then they will have to be moved. During these instances, people will be inconvenienced temporarily. However, the end result would be a better living standard for the people.
We were at war for 3 decades. Every government tried to end this war. I think the Defence Secretary will have a prominent place when history is written. It is no secret that he provided leadership to the army. Building Colombo is to some extent a war. There is an upcoming state convention, therefore we should work faster this year as mentioned by the Secretary. We will support the good work done by the Defence Secretary without operating as political parties.
The People's Movement for Justice convened a media briefing today to comment on the impeachment motion that was brought against the Chief Justice.
One allegation is that the complainant is acting as the judge. This is completely false. None of the 11 members signed the impeachment motion. If either of the 11 members had signed the impeachment motion, that argument is justifiable. This is nothing but an attempt to create anarchy in the country through creating divisions among the judges by bringing them to a point where they will not accept the new Chief Justice that is appointed in the event that Parliament approves our report and passes the motion and the President as the Executive decides to remove the Chief Justice.
ලංකාවේ අග්‍රවිනිශ්චයකාර තුමිය හැටියට හෝ තුමා හැටියට පත් වෙන අලුත් කෙනාව පිළිගන්නේ නැහැ කියන තැනට විනිශ්චයකාරවරුන් පත් කරලා
එවැනි විසමාචාර සිදු කරන ඉවත් කිරීමේ ක්‍රියාවලිය ඊටාම බරපතල දීර්ඝ ක්‍රියාවලියක් නෑ. ඒ ක්‍රියාවලියට අධිකරණය පිරිසුදු කිරීම සඳහා වගකීම පැවරිලා තියෙන්නේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු මන්ත්‍රීවරුන්ට නම්. එය අප නොකර සිටි මා හිතනවා රටට කරන බලවත් වරද්දක්. ඒ නිසා තමයි අපි මේට නායකත්වය දෙමින් අපේ මන්ත්‍රීවරු අත්සන් කළේ. ඒ වගේම මෙය විනය පරීක්ෂණයක්. අධිකරණ සේවා කොමිෂන් සභාව තීන්දුව කරනවා නම් අගවිනිසුරුතුමිය නායකත්වය දරන ඔබ වැඩිකාරයා කියලා. ඒ විනිසුරුවරු අයින් වෙනවා. ඔවුන්ට ආය අභියාචනා බලයක් නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ කාරණේව තමයි මෙතන සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ.